Hello, welcome to Download Chi, and I'm Frank Blaney, and we're going to get away from that loud noise right now. We're in London Bridge Station, so it's almost a little past 10 o'clock in the evening. Colette and I have been downloading an awful lot of Chi. I met with one of our new authors today at one of the oldest historic pubs in all of England from the 1500s. And this gentleman is writing some extremely exciting books that we're really excited about. Talking about civilization, history, but with a humorous angle and a sociological angle, and it's going to be great stuff. We'll give you more updates on that. And then we had a meeting at M Threadneedle with some of the people involved in an event that Less is More Press will be sponsoring. And that was amazing, and made some new contacts there. And so we're pretty tired, so I'm going to be heading up to our platform to get onward and get some rest, because tomorrow I'm going to be downloading some Chi. I need some.
So one of the things I want to talk about this week is the difference between Qigong and Yoga. And so some of the key differences between the two is that Yoga takes longer to do. We have this individual sessions. The postures are a little bit more exerting of energy because you're usually holding a stance of some sort. It's, I would say, a little more physically rigorous than Qigong is. And it also uses a lot more flexibility, which is good because that enhances flexibility. Now, some of the differences on the other track going on to Qigong is that in general, the time commitment is shorter. It's done in shorter increments. The postures are more flowing and moving. It's not really a rigidly held stance. And the breathing techniques are a little bit more emphasized, even more so than in yoga, although they are emphasized in yoga. And the end result, even though your physical benefits tend to be the same, using Qigong, you're not going to probably achieve as much flexibility because you're not asking your body to do as much in the realm of flexibility. You're just staying within your comfort zone and doing some key movements. So it's just some things to think about. They call yoga and Qigong sisters. I call yoga and Qigong sisters. Some people refer to Qigong as Chinese yoga. So we'll get to showing some of the key differences in a little bit, but I wanted to kind of lay that out. It doesn't matter which route you take as long as you get to that end destination of increased health and awareness of your body.
So here we are, and I'm going to demonstrate 3 exercises that are extremely common to Qigong and contrast those with 3 exercises that are common with yoga. So we're going to get into our beginning Qigong position. We'll start with awakening the Qi. This is a very common beginning Qigong movement. It starts almost all the 10,000 different Qigong movements. And then another one that we have is Eagle's Flight. Some systems call it White Crane. And then there's a very common Tai Chi move called Parting Wild Horse's Mane. And we do that in Qigong just by standing stationary. But it's the same basic movement. So you can see I'm not on the ground and I'm not extending my body very much. I'm just standing. So I'm going to go ahead and complete that, and then we'll do the yoga. So now I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate some of the yoga moves. These obviously are going to be involving a lot more body movement. Of extremely common movement that is classic to all forms of yoga is what we call in English downward facing dog. So this is basically it. We can add a Hindu push-up to it at the end. And come up in Cobra, which is another common move. And then there's Warrior One, which is that movement. There's more. I mean, yoga people know the yoga moves, but you can see that there's much more involvement with the body, a lot more holding a pose. It's more athletic, and I couldn't do that in a suit. I could do the Qigong movements in a suit. So those are some of the key physical differences between the two styles. My wife and I are visiting England right now, and we'd like to visit some other parts of England. So we're going to go talk to some of the fine travel specialists here and see what we can figure out on getting to some of the sites in merry old England. So we'll catch up with you in a bit.
I've not got no timetable directly, but you can always get National Express.
Okay, down to Victoria?
Down to Victoria.
Okay,
Victoria, down to the park, and all that area.
Okay,
Like,
okay.
and Saints and everything like that.
Okay.
Little shield things.
Okay.
Back in front of them up outside of the Fraser.
Okay.
Like that. Is that all right with you,
Cool.
sir?
Yeah, it's perfect. Yeah.
Yes, don't worry, sir.
Okay, so I got the information I need. I'm going to do some exploration, and we're going to set up some trips that we're going to be inviting you along with at Download Chi. So what did we learn about the difference between Qigong and yoga? As I've mentioned before, Qigong is called Chinese yoga. They're actually quite similar. A lot of the principles are extremely similar, but what's the difference between them? And the subtext of that question is which one's better for you is really going to depend on a lot of different factors. If you have a lot of time in your schedule, if you want to make your mind-body practice something where you devote a whole hour to it and just kind of go with that, then I would suggest maybe trying yoga, because yoga is going to require that. If you have a very limited amount of time, if you can only sneak in mind-body exercises for a few minutes a day, or even a few minutes, a few days a week, then you're going to probably want to maybe experiment with Qigong. If your primary goal is physical muscular strength and flexibility, again, yoga may be a good bet for you. It's going to involve some more strenuous moves where you're actually on the floor and kind of not impacting, but causing the muscles to tense and breathe through that. But if you are in a business suit, or you're in an area where that has limited space, and you want to just get a quick download of some chi or calm or bioelectric energy, Qigong is probably going to be a good bet. Again, they're not at war with one another. When I went through my Qigong training back in 2002, it was mostly yoga teachers that were in there getting the training. They wanted to find something to complement their yoga. So as you keep these different factors in mind, it will kind of help you to figure out, well, which should I do? Should I go to a yoga studio and sign up for a monthly pass on that, or try and experiment with some Qigong? So they're both beautiful, they're both wonderful, they both get you to the same end, but it's just a different train that's going to get you there. My emphasis in teaching Qigong is to make it as easy for busy people to be able to apprehend some of the benefits, the health benefits of it. So that's what we're focused on here at Download Chi. And so I want you to take a peek at the background here. This is some beautiful water lilies, and there's a crane trying to hide from my loud, obnoxious voice over there in the bushes. And the next segment that we're going to do is the importance and benefits of doing Qigong in natural areas and around water specifically. So thank you for joining us, and we'll catch you next time.